Well, we're in Clare to do the Burren Way. Over there is Lahinch, where we started yesterday. It's about 10 kilometres from there to here, which is Liscannor. So we did that yesterday. Today we're going to go up along the cliffs of Moher, and then the trail continues on towards the Burren, which we're going to walk through. It's going to be fantastic. So I'm very excited about all of that. The trail is like 100 and something kilometres long.
114.
114 kilometres long, but there are a lot of offshoots and options to take, so I'm not actually sure exactly what the real distance will be. We're kind of budgeting 5 days for it, so we're really excited to do this. It's gonna be fun.
So the Cliffs of Moher are one of Ireland's most famous tourist spots, and they are incredible. There is a reason they're so popular. We were super lucky to get there on a beautiful day. It looked amazing, and there was like thousands of seabirds. It was really cool. It is a super busy place though, and while we were both expecting the crowds, I was kind of more okay with it, but Carl, who doesn't really like crowds, found it really kind of took away from the experience to be surrounded by people and to kind of see people posing quite dangerously on the edge of cliffs and stuff for photos. Especially when we're hiking and we're kind of, most of the time we're by ourselves, so to have that many people suddenly around you is quite jarring. And it's very strange. There's a visitor centre there where they have tea and coffee and stuff, and the walk from the start of the cliff walk, the kind of whole way up to Doolin, is about 20 kilometres. So it takes a few hours, but I guess just to be warned about the number of people that you'll encounter there. They're definitely a highlight of this trail, and they're definitely incredibly beautiful. I'd recommend getting there super early in the morning to try and beat some of the tourists that we kind of collided with. Or maybe late in the evening, I don't know. Apparently the sunset there is beautiful, but you'll have to go back there and check it out again. So what we've been kind of thinking as we've been walking is that the section from Lahinch up along the Cliffs of Moher to Doolin, like, it is the Burren Way technically, but it isn't really the Burren Way. It's the coastal walk, so a lot of people do it as a coastal walk, and it's only since we've kind of been leaving Doolin now that we're actually starting to see like Elvis, the way we normally see him, the yellow waymarker. So it's starting to feel a bit more like a standard waymark trail, and not just a
not just the cliff walk.
Yeah. Also, in many of our clips up until now, we won't have had our bags on, and that's because our friend Theo is also down in Clare at the moment, and he has a van. So he's just been meeting up with us at random points and bringing our stuff around for us.
Coming with us.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Theo. It's been lovely to have you.
Yeah. Thanks, Theo.
Yeah. And we've got other friends that are also in Clare at the moment. So hopefully we get to cross paths with more people.
Yeah. So right now what's happening is it's 4:30. It's 4:30. Oh man, I'm so good at guessing exactly what time it is. It's 4:30, so tomorrow is meant to be terrible weather for the rest of the week. So tomorrow is Wednesday, and it's meant to be really bad weather until Saturday.
Yeah.
So what's happening is we're going to try and walk a good bit more today.
Yeah.
In order to try and avoid bad weather.
So it was about 20 kilometres from Liscannor to Doolin right now.
We're going to try and do another 15 or so kilometres to
Fenor. Yeah.
Where there's also a campsite, which is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're just going to see how it goes. I suspect my feet are going to be sore.
Yeah. Also, it's been really, really windy this whole trail.
Yes. It's the other reason that we haven't filmed.
Yeah, so it's been really hard to film talky bits because it's been super windy.
Yeah.
I think we've filmed a couple of different attempts at introducing this video, and each time it's just been way, way too windy.
Yep. Okay.
I guess.
Okay, we better get moving.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not going to talk too much about the Burren right now, but the Burren is a very unique landscape, and kind of as we're getting closer and closer to it, the regular fields are turning more and more burny. So the limestone is right at the top of the field here, and as we get closer to the Burren, it just rises and rises and rises. Just one other small thing here, Clare has very specific walls. The type of wall building in Ireland is actually quite a provincial thing. I don't know that much about them. I would love to, but it is interesting. It's something to look out for if you're a visitor to Ireland. Old stone walls. So the trail is very loopy and has lots of offshoots and kind of weird bits, but right now we're going to go this way instead of this way, down to Fenor, which is down there, where there's a campsite where we're going to stay for the night. So we think that this trail is actually quite old, or well, we know it's quite old, but there's an old way marker down there. It's kind of knee height, and it's got a little bit of paint on it. I don't know, it's kind of interesting seeing an old trail, I suppose. I don't think it's even that old, it's just old enough.
Well, it's from 1994.
1994, God. Maybe I'm just old. But yeah, so our campsite is all the way over there. And then what we're going to do tomorrow is continue around in a loop to where this would bring us. So it should be nice. We got to Fenor quite late in the day, and we could see rain coming in across the Atlantic, kind of blocking out the Aran Islands one by one, until we couldn't see the islands at all anymore, and that was our point at which we put on our jackets. And we were planning on camping at the campsite in Fenor, but by the time we made it within sight of Fenor itself, the rain had enveloped us, and we were trudging through trying to decide what we could do for the evening, because we didn't really want to camp in all this rain. And as we rounded a corner, we saw Theo's van parked directly on the trail, ready for us to hop in. Literally had the door open and everything, and so we got to stay in a van for the night, nice and dry. It was very serendipitous. It's our 2.5 day of walking. It's actually really late today. It's 2 o'clock or even 2:30, because the weather has been horrendous and continues to be horrendous, but we eventually decided to continue walking. This is the Caher river. That could be pronounced Care or Caher or Caha or other options. Behind me you can see these interesting ridges and layers in the soil. That's a very distinctive feature here of the Burren. Because all of the rock is limestone underneath, it has all these layers, and it's really, really interesting. Also, there's other walkers, it's weird.
So, up around Fenor, and I've actually forgotten the name of this headland, Blackhead, I think.
Yeah.
There's like a load of options, so you can go out around the headland, you can cross over these kind of hills, not quite mountains. We've chosen to cross over because we chose this at the beginning, thinking that we get some wonderful views. Clearly not going to get that today, but we're sticking with that path anyway. So we're turning up kind of across them now, and then we'll turn back down south. We're not going to go into Ballyvaughan, we're going to skip that offshoot because we don't need to go there today. And we'll then be heading south, and that'll be us kind of around the top headland. So that's what we're at the moment.
So we basically got absolutely none of this, and this probably won't even come out very well. So, we're just in a cloud. We're still in a cloud. But yeah. So it is our third and a half day on the Burren Way. It'll be our last day on this trail, I think. We are going to walk from here, which is approximately the middle of nowhere, to Carfin, which we've been to before on the Mid-Clare Way. It's going to be fine. Honestly, I bet you couldn't tell the difference between any shot of today and any shot of yesterday, because the weather is identical. And I mean, I don't feel like I slept or anything, it just is the same place. Yeah, dunno. Want to say another huge thank you to Theo for being amazing. Thanks Theo, you're amazing. We couldn't have done this trail nearly as easily without the support of a person with the van. So huge thanks to that. We stayed in a hostel last night. I forget what it's called all of a sudden. Cassidy's hostel, I want to say, but
no, like Clare Rock or something.
Clare Rock, yeah, something like that. Hostel. It's opposite a pub called Cassidy's, so that'll get you there. It was really nice and actually very reasonably priced. And then the pub was great, so yeah, that was good. We met up with our friends called Elias and Audrey. Hi to those guys. We're probably going to finish the trail with them actually today. It depends on how quickly we do this section to meet back up with them, and then to continue down to Carfin. So we actually walked past the thing, but a couple of meters back there's a kind of a T-junction. And if we had turned left, it would have brought us along Green Road, which brings us directly through the heart of the Burren National Park. We are going to come back someday and do that, but we're not going to do it now because we can't see anything. I know it looks like there's good visibility, but it's literally that we just picked the best possible time to film. So we're going to come back some other time and do that little offshoot of the trail, and we're going to continue this way towards Carfin. I kind of regret missing this part. I actually think it would have been quite a highlight, but the weather is the weather, we can't change it, so yeah, on we go, I guess. Don't do it. Probably just that the cup is dirty, right?
Yeah, there's flies in the cup.
Yeah. But it's the water is clear.
Yeah, the water is perfectly clear.
No! You're gonna get cholera! Okay, well, we're in Carfin. This is the end of Trail 38. I'm really tired now. But I'm also very happy. That was actually not that bad. I'm gonna give it like a 5 out of 10 because it's all hard surface again, or nearly all hard surface. It feels very like a trail that is stringing together a load of different places, but the walking itself isn't stellar. I would recommend instead coming here and doing a few different loop walks for days, instead of doing this trail. But yeah, I really enjoyed lots of bits of it. I enjoyed the cliffs, though there were too many people there. I would highly recommend getting there like super early in the morning if you're gonna walk this. I enjoyed the cliffs, I enjoyed Fenor, I enjoyed the Burren in general, I enjoyed the mountains. I didn't enjoy the walking. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. I feel like there's a lot more detail that we haven't gone over in the bits that we've filmed. We're gonna just have to deal with that somehow. So if there are no voiceover bits, then maybe we'll do another video in future or something. This map is out of date. The signage is horrendously bad for this. If you don't, like there's great signage for all the loop walks and stuff. The signage for the Burren way itself is not great. Hopefully that's something they're going to fix. They did just rewrite it last year, so I think it's just sort of like in a bit of a purgatory at the moment. But bring a map. Test also use that maps. I don't know, what else am I saying?
That's good.
Yeah, that's good. Okay.
Yeah.
Trail 38, over now. So it's the end of a trail, and at the end of every trail and every video, we want to say a really enormous thank you to patrons who made this possible. We actually got the support of a few new patrons this month, so I want to say a big thank you to Pauline, Mick, Jean and Tom. Your support really means the world to us. Thank you so much. Yeah, a big thanks to Theo and also to Elias and Audrey for making this a lot of fun. So thanks a lot to all of you, and do remember to like and subscribe. We're in Carfin. We've actually been in Carfin before. The Mid-Clare Way goes kind of near here, and because we were having quite a hard time on the Mid-Clare Way, we took a little bit of time off to go up to the nearest campsite, which is this one. And I actually edited the video for the Suck Valley Way in that building over there.
Okay, off for the ground.
This whole video has been sideways.
That's okay.
Yeah.
People will understand. It's not like wherever, yeah.
And by tomorrow, I mean the next day the weather isn't horrendous, which might be in like 2 weeks. Let's go.